daf, we're holding in Menachos daf Chavei, starting the Mishnah top of Amudaf. Nitma hakoimitz v'krivoy. Kmitza became tummy. He put it on his back. It's fine. Hatzitz miratze. That's the idea of tzitz. The forehead of the Kohen Gadol takes care of two. For any korban. Yotza, but if it went out of the Beis Hamikdash v'krivoy, ain't it tzitz miratze. Tzitz works only for tuma, not for yitzir. Tzitz miratze ala tomeh, ve'einu miratze ala yotze. So Gemara told Rabbanon, it says in the pasuk, Nosa Aaron es avoin hakodashim chiyezov ununoise. Aaron carries the oven of the kodesh. Which oven? Even to oven pigul, that he is able to carry the pigul, some of the pigul. Hareyo kvarnema lo yichoshev. It says in the pasuk it won't work. Even to imar avon noisar kvarnoma lo yirotze. Rashi goes on. If you remember the Gemara in Tzlachim. The Gemara wants to say, is one pasuk takes me about noiser and about a pigul and about yaitze, but right now the Gemara let's focus on the Ikar Shah on the Gemara. And we're learning from here. This is the pasuk that says lo yichoshev lo yirotze. Hainu noiser lavon tumor shuhu chom yichol b'tzimah. Tumor we find that is mutter. So because it's mutter, that's what it's carrying.
We learn it because.
Because of Ujibatzibur, so try to find today's really asked, but I have to ask both. I have nothing else. So that's the question. When you find another indication that probably that's what the Torah is coming to. There's some place, right? So even when not the Tzibur, Tzitz is in Meratz. What about Maybe Yaitze. Because Yaitze by a Bama, there's no problem Yaitze. When it says that there's a reach of the tzitz, is living Hashem, or in the living Hashem in, or in the Yaitze loy. So dafka living Hashem, but something which is outside, no. Matkiv lo ilo, imo oven smoil. What about smoil? Shuto michlal lo b'yom kippurim. It's mutter Yom Kippur. Because Yom Kippur, it says that he has to go with a kaf and machtel, one on the right hand, one on the left hand. Amar Abaye makro ovoin. Oven shoyo boy vedichitiv. Pharaoh that was wrong was pushed away. Lafuki yer machipurim dech sheiroi b'smolu. Right? Yom Kippurim, that's the way you're supposed to do it. If you do it with the left.
There's no oven.
Yeah, you have to. That's what you're supposed to do. So here we have the Ridvaz in Trubal has how do we allow Smoil Yom Kippur as well as us? So Elamite, what? You say that. So the truth is that the Maggid Mishnah has the Yechezkel has the same question. Because what does it say? The Ridvaz wants to say two explanations, either because it's a din on that it's the reason why you can do with the left is because the left is only din there abundant, or more similar to the idea of the Yechezkel Mishnah that it's a that's what the Torah said to do. The Mishnah has a beautiful idea. He says the right always represents spirituality, chachma. So the right is. The left represents the physical, the body, the guf. So doing the year, you have to be very careful to use the right, because the physical is not the one going to the mizbeach. The mizbeach is the spiritual part. But in Yom Kippur, even the physical becomes spiritual. So you use the left. That's the mitzvah of Bekach.
Which hand are you supposed to bring closer, and which are you supposed to?
So it says Yemim Mekarav is Swal Doich. The Bishchach brings it. That's what it says. Always bring the Yemim closer. It'll take the spiritual more and push away the physical. Very good. Says no. When you're talking, you're asking me, how do you know left? Left means who did it wrong? The kohen. I'm talking about a problem that you have with the carbon, like its stomach. That's it is rats. Not when the person did something wrong. What about if you have an animal who has a blemish? Do we know by oif? It's not a problem. The special pasuk by mum, it says I'm not accepting Balamum. So Balamum is out. So what it has to be, it must be talking about we had nothing else left. Basically, tumor. That's what it is. Talk about the tumor you have it. Says the Gemara. Tana Rabbanan Dam Shenitma Bezorkoi Beshoigi Hurtzo Bemezi Lo Hurtzo. So you have dam that became tumor. If you put in the mizbeach Beshoigig, we have a tzitz. Bemezi not. Mezi you don't say it. Say more medvar more in biyochid. Aval betzibur b'mishoigig b'mezi dortzo. Because the pashup shot is it's really a din there, but it's a knas. You do a knas for individual, not for tzibur. Or it's kachavim. Bein b'shoigig b'mezi doesn't matter if it was shoigig or mezi. Bein b'oyin is ben b'ratzoin. Rashi explains that mezi and ratzo are the same, but mezi is the opposite of shoigig, and ratzo is the opposite of oinis. With knowledge, the din is achofel with base. Lo yurtzo by a goy. A special thing we learn Masechet Zvachim. It does not accept if it's not perfect. Second one, more brings a question. What does the tzitz work for? Aladam on the blood. Alabasa on the meat. Alachelev on the fat. Shenitma ben b'shoigeg, ben b'mezid, ben b'oines, ben b'ratzoin, ben b'yochi, ben b'tzibur. We just said that you have the idea of the tzitz is only it's shoigeg, yochid, b'tzibur. Here we have the brace is clear. It always works. Stira, contradiction. Answer the morning thing. Well, it's a machlek is a brace rabban. And Tanya. Ain't Tormi min atome ala Tori. Now I'll do trumo for fruits that are tummy. Because trumo should not be tummy. If you turn b'shoigeg trumo is a trumo, b'mezi ain't trumo is a trumo. So here you see, if you did by mistake, okay, it works. B'mezi is a knas. V'yisyoim b'mishogeg b'mezi trumo is a trumo. He says no, shoigeg and mezi, it is a trumo. So you see, the mezi is not koinus. Doesn't do a knas. Doesn't do a knas there. Doesn't do a knas b'as as well. So the Mohammed Shabbos is like konis. Timaratz tzitz alachis m'Shabbos late. So one second. There's two stages. Stage one is there's a knas. So I'm not koinus b'mezi. But do you want to tell me that you actually could go and eat it? The meratz means that there's a ritzu over here. Alachil that means that it's considered to be good to be on the mizbeach.
I mean, only the carbon is good, but not wasn't matter to eat for the carbon.
Yeah, you want to tell me now everything is okay. That's you want to tell me that's not true. Mishav Vatanya Blazoimer. More brings right. Blazoimer tzitz allows you to eat meat even if you're tummy. It works for to work in the mizbeach, but it's not going to be ratz alachilus. And our mashmos over here by us that it works for achilus. And you want to understand, talk about achilus too, right? And it says over there because the brisa said alabasar. The second brisa Rashi points out, it says aladam alabasar. What's basar? Basar doesn't go on mizbeach. It's for you to eat. So you see that it works. We don't. Rabbi clearly does not work for achilus. So you can't say it's Rabbi Yossi. Some more epuch. If turn it around, your gear is wrong. And say Rabbi Yossi does work, and that's what we explain. The second brisa is Rabbi Yossi. So we have a problem. In other words, we're trying to fit who's the second brisa that argues what we said before. The amazing lawyer. So similar to Rabbi Yossi. Hi, Rabbi Yossi holds it doesn't work for achilus. No, that's not true. It works. It does work for achilus. Look, you say the opposite and say that Abdul Lazar is the one who says that tzitz is mat in ratz of achilos. The meat became done before zriko. You chayvim alei mishu tumo. Could it be you chayv? You're not allowed to eat. You're not allowed to eat betumo. Either the adam is tummy or the meat is tummy. You're not allowed to eat. What happens if it became tummy before the zriko? Are you chayv? So it says, if it's tar, you eat. If it's tameh, the person. Because we're talking about curry. So if it says, points out, even though the losh is mash, talking the meat, we're saying, when you're tar, go ahead and eat it. When you're tameh, don't. Mash, or whatever you can eat as a tar, you can't eat as a tameh. So Anita l'tehorim chayovim olam mishutuma. V'sheinu nita l'tehorim ein chayovim olam mishutuma. If it works for Torim, good. If not, not. So you cannot, you don't have a problem with Tuma before Zrika. Well, yeah, maybe you can say the Midrash. Ha'ela nechal l'Torim chavim l'mishum Tuma. V'sheinu nechal l'Torim ein chavim l'mishum Tuma. Maybe you could take whatever Torim you don't eat. For example, if you stayed overnight, you can eat. The one out of Yisamidosh. Sheinu nechal Torim, maybe not chayav and tumo. Tomer asher laHashem ribo. Coming to say, more. So you're adding also the cases where Torah is not allowed to eat. Yechezkel v'Rabbis apigulim v'esanesoyers. Maybe I'll say if so, it's also pigul and also noisor. So what noisor is anulan? Noisor, that's that. We said not. Ela apigulim ken noisoris. Maybe you say that the pigul you also have tumo. So you have a mute. Tell me not to have too many every case. So I'm saying some I'm including, some I'm excluding. What am I including? I'm including lan b'yoytze that you have if someone's stomach. What am I excluding? Pigul. Why? I take lan v'yoytze, which was okay. Just then it stayed overnight and became problematic. I had meat which was okay, went out, it became problematic. Mashenken, a pigul from the beginning was problem. What happened? So you say this before Zugas Dami, there's no chiyuv, as we said before, because it was not nechal toyim. But what happened to became tameh before, and then there was riko? Yechayev. Why yechayev? Peshatzitz miratze. Because then you have tzitz miratze. So I'm saying that tzitz miratze on the meat that became tameh, and therefore yechayev right now if someone's stomach eats it. Meat, right? And notice the
Tzitzis Meratz made
the carbon Torah,
but not the meat.
Also the meat you see from here. So the tzitz meratz for everything, and now it's a new tumah, right? So he says, in other words, the tzitz makes it a good zriko, and now it became mutal Torah. Nitvayin yoytzeloi. So Mash over here, what does tzitz work for tumah? Not for yoytze. Man shamas doma and zrika moyes liyoytze. Who's the man that says that if you have a meat that will let me sabik, the zrika won't work for it? We mentioned it briefly in different places, but the main place is it. We mentioned zvachim as well. The main place is Psechas Me'ilo. The shaila is, can you do zrika for something which is outside or not? So it's a machlokes, and there's one that the zrika is not moyes liyoytze. Who's that? They're blazer. So this price is a blazer. It says clearly that it works for the achilos. Because you're saying that becomes nita l'tohirim. That's what you wanted to say? It's called nita l'tohirim, it's called mirat achilos. So you wanted to say, we have machlokes b'reisir blazer. You wanted to tell me there are blazers, the one who says that it's not mirat. Say here clearly the price, so we proved to you it's a blazer because it's not, doesn't work in the yoytze. And it has to be a blazer. It says it works for the achilus. So question on what we said before. So we go back to the original question. Rabbi Yossi is the one that says Namirat Salachilo. So you can't say that the Bryce says a blazer. So who's the man that says that it works for Oinus, for amazing? Elamav Chizdo Lekashu. Harbi Lazar, but he says it's a blazer. Right? The blazer is the one who says the Mirat Salachilos. He's the one who says the amazing works. So who said? Who says that he holds the amazing? It's still going to be okay. Yes, you know we learned before we got Rabbi Yossi is the one who says by Truma that by Mezi we don't do a knas. The same we hold that according to Yossi or according to Blazer. Tan Blazer Omer ben Bishoygeg ben Memezid Trumasoy Trumo. Blazer says that it works by Truma. So because we say, so now we're Rabbi Yossi said that Blazer also says it. So Gishmak, we had a Bryce. Right before said that tzitz works for Achilles, And it said also that it works even in amazing. So Gemara said, who is it? Gemara tried to say it's Abrasi. Gemara said there are problems to say it's Abrasi. So the Gemara says it's Ablazer. Ablazer, very gishmak, to find Matruma. Says the Gemara, the Shabbos Ablazer Matruma, the Kilo, the Kosher Chamir, Mishamas. Okay. This really the question could have been also before when we said according to Abrasi. We find that he says that we're not machmir by Mezid, by Truma. Maybe by Kochi we are machmir. So the Gemara, you can't. I'm anti-Rabbin. Suppose I tell you why I can't say that, because then who is this brisa? We have a brisa that says that even by Mezid, tzitz works. Even by Mezid, not Kodesh. And it says Meratz Alachilus. So it can't be Abrasi because he holds it's not Meratz Alachilus. So it has to be Ablazer. Ablazer is saying we never found that he's Kodesh that he doesn't do Knas by Kochim. We find he doesn't do Knas by Truma. He's still also Kochim. You could argue, but then how are you going to explain this brisa? So that's the second answer of the Gemara. Third answer of the Gemara, again, we have a problem, a stira, contradiction. On one hand, we find by us, we say that Mezid is no good, with kindness. On the other hand, we find a brisa that says that Mezid is good. So the Gemara, if you know, Tumosoi ben b'shoigeg ben Mezid urtzo. Zrikosoi b'shoigeg urtzo ben Mezid lo urtzo. That's the answer. By Tumo, if it became Tommy b'Mezid, it's okay. But the Zrika needs to be done b'shoigeg. Meaning, I don't care how it became Tommy. I care how you put it in the Mizbeach. So if you put it in the Mizbeach knowing that it's Tommy, we're running a kindness. But as long as you put it in the Mizbeach not knowing, even though it became Tommy Mezid, it still works. That's the Shita of Ravinu. Shila Amar Zrika, so b'im Mesheg Mezid Urtzo, Tumo, so b'Mesheg Urtzo Mezid Urtzo. It says the opposite. By Tumo, if it was done with Mezid, the person purposely made it Tommy, so you won't have a Ritzu. But if he did it by mistake, and then knowing that it's wrong, he went on his back, it still hurts him. As we learned, we're trying to point out over here, this guy's trying to do the right thing. He's bringing a karma to Hashem. So even though he's amazing, he knows it was Tomei, he wants to correct it. So then we say it works anyway. Right? As what Toy says, if you look at the last line that Toy says in this Amud, he wants to do kapara. So we have here two opinions, two opposite ones. There's two stages. There's a stage when the thing became tummy. How did it become tummy? Did he purposely make it tummy? Or it was a mistake that became tummy? Then we have Zriko.
Talking about the meat becoming tummy?
Yeah, the carbon. Let's say the blood. Make it easy, the blood. Then there is another stage, put it on his back. Did he put it on his back knowing it was tummy or not? So here we have a machlokes. One sheet that says there's no machlokes between the Mishnah and the Brisa. The question is which Mezid we talk about. Talk about the Mezid, the original when I became Tameh. Talk about the Mezid I put on his back. Now we have a machlokes. Says the Gemara of Shilo, according to Shilo, that said that we say Zriko can be done Shegir and Mezid. Hadektai Shegnitwa ben Meshegir and Mezid. It says Nitwa ben Meshegir and Mezid. According to you, it has to be Nitwa b'Shegir. Hachikarma. Nitwa b'Shegir v'Zargo b'Shegir and Mezid. Correct the lashon. Continues going to have Chavov. Toshma. Let's see another brayso. Dam shenitma v'Zarkoi. You have blood that became tameh, and he threw it on his back. B'Shegir gurtzo Mezid lo yurtzo. Mashma, he threw it b'Mezid lo yurtzo. That's all like of Shila. Hachikarma. Dam shenitma v'Zargo b'Meshegir and Mezid. It's going to be fine. So, I mean, if you anyway throw it, so we have a machlekes regarding the tumah, the zrika, which was more lenient about, and that's a way to answer the Mishnah with the brayso.
Is that a knas nitma b'mezid b'zark b'shoigig? That's not hurtza. Is that a knas or that's?
Yeah, because what Shada means is he went and purposely made a tumah. He made a tumah. It's over. That's his man now. Once you made a tumah purposely, we're not going to fix it for you. The other one says, I don't care how you made tumah. He put him in his back, not knowingly, then there's merit. We said, go, we'll stop for a year, continue from the Mishnah, Hashem, and tomorrow's daf.
Went fast tonight.